rush is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
Alert! Alert! Bronco switch! Bronco switch!
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Barkley, inside handoff. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
A full start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Looking to throw. Battle. Hunter Henry brings it in. The numbers for Hunter Henry from a week ago. 11 catches, 98 yards, too shy of 100.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Battle. Uncorks one for Davis. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use it. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Battle. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. A chance of wasting this great starting field position. A real threat. This is 3rd and long. Up the middle with Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
York able to send this one through. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
From the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 1st and 10, Noel. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And the Giants have it, it's picked up. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team, because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it is the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical, because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack, but that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Oh, able to avoid him. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big game.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but that's caught at the 25. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. In today's NFL, you know, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. On first down, Noel completes it to Fant on the right side. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Come on, come on. Hey.
On second down, it's Walker. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees it, the ball.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the air. Well, the Seahawks have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. Partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 13 yards, good for a giant first down.
Well, with Saquon Barkley, you often think of the elusiveness, the quickness, but he can definitely run with purpose as well, and he's able to shed a tackler there and continue on.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL.
Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Battle. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, Battle. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Looking to throw. Battle. Flushed out right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
To throw on 3rd down. Battle. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
To throw on 2nd down. Noel looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 35.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Up the middle to Davis. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Noel. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. He's got his tight end fan. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 17-yard line. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
From the gun on 3rd down. Noel, quick hitter here, it's complete.
And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Looking to throw. Noel. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for a Seahawks touchdown. From 3 yards out. And that will to their advantage. Now for the point after. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A 10-play drive that time. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
They begin with a run by Barkley.
And a short pickup to about the 25.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Back to throw. Battle. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Battle. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And got his man complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
From the gun, it's Walker.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing on first down. Noel. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And right side, Henry's got it. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And some room to work. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And this will be called officially a 66-yard attempt. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Noel, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
A short kick taken at the 18. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Let's be smart. Let's go. Check. Bring it. Roll. Reload.
A final shot before break. Battle. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway.
Takes it at the 7.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Seahawks. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fielded at the 20. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. Last week they defeated the Broncos, and they've got the lead here as well as they work with a 1st and 10.
Tempo.
Off play action. Noel. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Out of the gun, Walker with it.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
He finds his man complete. It's Kramer.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hole.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
2nd down and 3.
Ready.
Inside give to Davis. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
He wants it all for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
Going for Bateman. He's got him on the out route.
And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
And he'll find Pittman. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, Battle. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Davis. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. It's Barkley on the counter. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Let's go now.
He's brought down at the 31. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
From the gun on 3rd down. Battle.
Open man is Bateman. It's complete.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Ready.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Battle. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And some room to roam now. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
67 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. Battle. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Through an opening, and there he goes. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final?
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The Giants on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Battle. pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
And the Giants send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And take it right on the 30. It'll be a 48-yard punt, 5 there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you can hope for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
On third down, Noel. He finds his man, complete. It's Kramer.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Off the play fake. Noel. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. They'll try and run forward with Davis. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Back to throw. Noel. He's got it. Touchdown, Seahawks. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Seahawks are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
The extra point up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
This taken in at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On first down, Battle. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Battle.
That is caught. Rashad Bateman.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Back to throw now on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
To throw on third down. Battle.
It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. 51 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And they'll indeed take a knee. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12.
But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends.